Good morning, friends. Welcome to another day of Beside Still Waters. I last night had a chance to go out with clergy colleagues and others to welcome one of the new priests in the diocese as she was installed. To be installed means just the formal liturgical moment when um, the bishop comes and you know, does a liturgy, and it's a big celebration. And so we were welcoming the new rector out at St. Paul's in Manhattan, along with a new deacon that was also assigned. And those are always big, fun events. And St. Paul's has been around for a long time. And one of the things that always sort of fascinates me is thinking of that community of St. Paul's. They had a list of all their rectors. They've been around since the 1850s. And so they've had dozens of rectors over the years. And how rooted that community is in that particular place, and their history and what they've done, and all of that is always um, sort of becomes apparent in those moments. But then also what the new person is going to be doing, as her name's Margaret, as she begins her the next phase of what that church's life will be. And all of that. And I think about our faith as something that's, it's not something that's just ours. It's something that we are moving in and out of. And we are recipients of others who've cared for the faith and handed it down to us, and how we receive that. Or how you might, if you have children, if you've passed your faith on to your children, or tried, sometimes that doesn't always take, or if you've come to, how you might have come to faith, or where you did. Some people don't, come to faith outside of the church. But this sort of constant sense of passing things down one year after another. And in these moments when faith becomes more alive for all of us, and what that means as we, prepare to end our Lenten fast and begin our Easter. What has that meant for you? What is your rootedness? Where is your faith? Where is your faith gathering its nutrients and its soil, and all those different things? And so, again, like last night, in the midst of that sort of swirl of history, but also in the moment looking forward for that church's next steps, I think I was thinking a lot about each of us and what we do. As you know, it's spring, and so spring means allergies for some, as the plants and the grasses and and the trees wake up, pollen comes out, and of course we're all if you're somebody who deals with that, our household deals with it. The medicine comes out too. But as the spring comes up, we're reminded of what I always think it's kind of fun, because what looks like the world kind of looks dead, and then in a few weeks it'll be, it'll just be this glorious colors of greens and wonderful bright colors of flowers and everything. Simone Weil writes, "To be rooted is perhaps the most important and least recognized need of the human soul. To be rooted is perhaps the most important and least recognized need." So maybe a question for you to think about is, what are you rooted in? Where is your soil for your spiritual life, for your being? And what does that mean? And what is it that feeds you and gives you life? So just some words to think about as this part of our spiritual journey, as this Lenten part begins to kind of change. We've had this opportunity to do self-reflection and study and fasting. And so what does it mean to be rooted in our faith, to be alive in our faith in that way? Hope you have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow.